Welcome back to another episode of the Paige Show. Today we are going to do another meditation that's going to help you find your guides. I like to talk about guides. I'm going to do a different series on that because I could really go on forever about that. But I really love guides because of literally what the word is, guide. Without guides, I don't know where I would be in life. I've had a lot of guides in the spiritual world, and I've had a lot of guides in the physical world. And in different stages of my life, I've needed both. I think we all need that. If you can't recognize that, I'm here to remind you of that. We are never so evolved or advanced that we should not believe we need help or assistance, and that somebody else could still have something to contribute to your story. Okay. And so guides are a great one for that. And I'm going to do a meditation with you today that will help you be able to go back and use this many times to find different guides. We have guides for different things. I'm not going to share my personal names of my guides. I feel like that's very sacred when you get them. There is one guide in particular, my main spirit animal guide, that a lot of my clients know about because I use her in my medicine a lot, and that has been allowed to be given. But for the most part, you need your intuition, as usual, to guide you on when to share or not share. So overall, I just, as a blanket statement, tell people, assume that your guides are private and that you don't need to share so that the energy stays with you. But this one meditation today will help you. You can use it to go back and find your guide for manifestation, your guide for healing, your guide for numerous things in life, whether you have a guide that kind of helps bring in your belief systems or helps you with your own confidence in your spirituality or wherever you're at in life. I kind of call it my confidence guide. And so you can put whatever label you want on it, but sometimes you'll have a guide that's hard to identify, and you have to ask them, like, what are you really here to show me? And then you get the answer, and that's kind of where that guide is clumped into, one that can just help in numerous areas at the time that you need that specific help. And then I do a lot of trance work and trance healing, some trance mediumship. And so I have a trance guide that may or may not apply to you, but trance as a whole is just a different kind of connection to source, where you're really letting them be the driver and you're just kind of along for the ride. So some people use the word deeper for that, but as a whole, what trance is actually, not going as deep. We're not going to try to go to sleep. You can get so deep that you're in the sleep mode. So for lack of a better explanation, saved for another time, the trance guide is really for you to just have a connection with spirit where they really truly are the leader and you are following them in that experience of what they're showing you. And then I have a strong earth guide, one that really helps with my earth connection, keeping me grounded in Mother Earth, that connects with rituals and a lot of past lives and things like that. That's how it's worked for me. And then I have kind of a medical guide. It's again part of healing, but it's in a different way. It's more like a medical doctor from the past, that came in and really helps me when I need to clear something in me personally, where I have a healer guide that helps me when I'm doing healing with others. And yes, they will help me with that within myself, but I have my own guide that really stays with me, that's my personal physician per se. And so we're going to start the meditation and just have an open mind that this can help bring in many different guides for you. So you could do it many different times and see a different person, a different guide. And so in your journey, I'm going to help pull through questions that may help you identify who they are. But as with any meditation, it really has a trickle effect after you're done. So the beauty of it is you can get a quick message in a meditation like that you can then go afterwards to research on, and you can look up symbolism and the things that you saw, and all of that actually helps you get to know your guide better. Maybe you get their name. And there can be times that you see a guide for years and years and you never know their name. Okay? Sometimes we don't need the name, we don't need the title, right? So just be really open-minded to everything that you see, knowing that it all has symbolism. That symbolism is really specific to you, your message that they're trying to come across with and what they're there to help you with. And then after the meditation, journal about it, however you help yourself remember these things so that you can get to know each guide separately. So don't just jump through this trying to find something new all the time. It's really about patience. Get to know one at a time. The one that's shown to you is the one you need. I always believe that. And so take time with it. And when you need another one, they come in. It's just how it works. It's a flow. So like with every meditation, I want you to begin to take a breath, get into your rhythmic breathing. And another quick reminder, do not do this while driving. Make sure you're in a safe place. Get settled and begin to take yourself in. Let it all out, everything that's been on your mind up until this moment. We breathe it in and we let it all out. We recognize that it's there and we let it float by. Another thought comes in and we let it float by. We focus on calming our mind. Focus on a gray space in front of us, this empty space that Spirit's ready to fill for you. And we just stare into the abyss of this gray fog as we breathe in and out with the rhythm that is us. We breathe and we breathe. We begin to see a cobblestone path that we want to go down, and we start to walk down this path. And the path is leading us up these stairs that are covered and lined on both sides with moss and vinery and beautiful green plants. Flowers are starting to pop up on each side of the step as we step up higher and higher. We're looking in front of us and we see this beautiful golden light pyramid in front of us. When we're walking towards the pyramid, we start to sense the presence around us. We know that we are entering spirit and that everyone who is here to support us, guide us, love us, embrace us, they're around us now as we feel their presence come closer. We walk towards this pyramid and we begin to see someone on the outside beckoning us, waving us to come forward and to come in. As you get closer, you're at the door now of the pyramid. You acknowledge who's standing beside you and you take a minute to embrace this guide, for this is your guide for healing. This is your gatekeeper, your protector of your spiritual space that will guide you into healing of yourself and others. And I want you to take a moment and take this person in. Take this being in. Notice what they are showing you or telling you or how they're making you feel. And as you thank them for showing as the first guide in your journey today, you step into the pyramid, into darkness, and you feel the temperature change around you, and it's cool and fresh air around. Even though you're in the darkness, you find a chair and you feel it underneath you to sit, and you sit while there's just a little bit of light coming in through a window now, and you can get your footing and you can sit in the chair, and you sit upright and you're facing the darkness in front of you, but the room is peaceful and calm, and there's no one there but you and your helpers. And you feel a presence around you now, and one person steps forward, and this is your guide to help you with trance. This is your guide that will help be the driver of all of your journeys if you connect with them and let them lead you along your way. Just like we did with your healer, take a moment to get to know this guide. Anything they're sharing or showing you, how do they feel? And as you move forward into the next guide of this experience, you thank this guide for showing themselves. And all of a sudden the room begins to light up, and you see that there are books in front of you, like levels upon levels of bookshelves, and you just keep looking up and they're just everywhere. They're everywhere. And you just keep thinking the magnitude of abundance of books, and the word abundance comes to you, and you feel immediately the presence of another guide. And you look out at the bookshelf, and one is standing by the books, beckoning you and waving for you to come near and pick a book from the shelf. As you come closer to the shelf, a book pops out of the shelf for you. It falls onto the floor, and you go to grab it to open it, and a golden light just hits you suddenly, and you know that this is your book of manifestation, that everything you would manifest for this life, everything is in the pages of this book, and you can begin to write your own story. And you look at your guide and you thank them for being your guide for manifestation. In this holy temple of books of your story, you pick this one and you begin to tell a story. You begin to write down just one thing today that you would like to manifest and see change in your life. The idea of abundance, we bring that in. The power of your guide brings in abundance throughout your whole story, that it comes together for you, and that your story begins to unfold in a way that makes sense to you, that brings things together. And this guide is here to help you with that, so that you can be fulfilled in your journey. And you spend time with this, knowing that you can always return. And you thank your guide for showing up, your manifestation guide. You thank him for all that he will do, all that they will do for you in this life. Knowing that you have to continue through this journey now, you see a door in the back of the temple, and you start to run towards the door, and you bust through the door with the energy and excitement that you now have from this journey, and you go out into what looks like a forest. A beautiful forest of tall, tall trees of every kind and every color, and the sun is coming through, and you're feeling golden light just hitting your crown and just filling up your chakra centers. The light's coming from the top of your head all the way to the bottom of your feet, and your feet start to feel like roots are growing from them, and they're getting stronger into the earth. Stronger and stronger and stronger as you're standing there, and you're just filled with the golden energy coming through you, and you're clear and you're pure, and you know, for the first time, you know that this is where you're supposed to be. And as that feeling overwhelms you, you look at one of the trees, and there, sitting at the base of the tree, is your guide for your own personal healing and balancing, your chakra guide. They're there, and they're waving at you, thanking you for trusting this experience, and you give gratitude back for what they just did, the light that they just flowed through you, and the energy that you just received, knowing that you can return to them anytime you continue to walk through the woods, and you come to an opening in the clearing, and you see a fire burning bright. You can smell the smoke and you just want to go to the fire and get warm. You need to sit by the fire and take on the energy of that. And you take on the fiery energy as you sit by the flames. You feel their warmth, but you feel their energy as it empowers you to know that you've got this. And you close your eyes and just embrace all of the smells and feelings of the fire. You thank the fire energy, and at that moment you feel a presence come near again. You open your eyes to see that there's another guide sitting at the fire with you, that you're not alone, and you take time to embrace this guide and what they're here for, to connect you to the elements, to connect you to earth, to connect you to who you always were, who you are, connected all the way to your past lives and how they combine to collectively make you who you are. And the rituals that you've learned come back to you, and the knowledge of your connection to source and the earth is so strong. This guide is just giving you these flashes of the life, the true story of who you are, and it gets stronger. You spend time getting to know this guide, knowing you'll come back, knowing that you can come back. You get up and you show gratitude for all that they shared with you in this journey today, and you start to walk backwards. You're going back through the woods. You see your pyramid, but you see a path around it now. For the sacredness of your pyramid we fulfilled today, and we're going to walk a different way on this journey. We go around the pyramid and we go down the stairs